Welcome to IELTS writing task class. IELTS has two types of writing. First one is task 1 and the second one is task 2. Task 1 is related to the graphs in terms of academic students, and for GT students it is a letter. That would be a separate class for you both. But now today I am going to explain you everything about task 2. So what is a task 2? This is an essay. You need to write an essay on any given topic. Time allotted to you is 40 minutes and the words to be written down are 250 words. 250 words are minimum. So what types of questions are going to be asked to you? There are 5 types of questions. The first one is agree or disagree. For example, pollution is upsurging means pollution is rising every day. So do you agree or disagree? This is the agree or disagree. The second one is opinion or positive or negative development. So any type of question can come, then they would ask you give your opinion. Or positive or negative development. Is it a positive or negative development? Example for this is, if I say the farmers are shifting from rural areas to cities for searching of employment. Is it positive or negative development? It's kind of your opinion only. Third one is discuss both the views. For example, some people say children should be given homework on daily basis and others say no. You need to discuss both the sides. Fourth one is advantages and disadvantages. Means if I give you a simple example, mobile, it has advantages, it has disadvantages. So this type of question can come to you. And the last one is problems and solutions, corruption or government policies, anything. Fine. So these are the 5 types of questions. After that, on what basis you are marked by the examiner? This is the most important thing you need to keep in your mind. The first one is task achievement. What is task achievement now? Task achievement means, have you written 250 words or have you written something related or wholly related to the question? If you go out of the topic, you would be marked very low. Fine. Coherence and cohesion means, is there any sequence that you are following in the essay, or you are just writing down certain points and moving and moving and moving? So there must be connectivity within the sentences. Third is lexical resources, means vocabulary, a range of vocabulary, synonyms. I told you in earlier speaking class, synonyms of people, synonyms of children, beautiful, so on. So that are required. And the fourth one is grammatical range and accuracy. Whether you have written complex, compound sentences or have you written only simple sentences. So this is going to be checked, and whether your grammar is correct or not. Whether you are writing is or were or was according to the question. These are the criterias which are followed by examiners. You need to be very, very clear with your band marking criteria. Now, how to write an essay? For the beginners who are not aware of this, I narrate you. The first one should be introduction of the topic. After that, you need to leave one blank line. Then after BP1, means body paragraph 1. After that, leave one line, then again body paragraph 2, leave one blank line, then conclusion. You would come to know very soon that how do we write an essay in well effective manner. Today's topic is agree or disagrees question. The question is, many people believe that social networking sites such as Facebook have a huge negative impact on both individual and society. To what extent do you agree or disagree? Now this is the question which is asked to you. It means that nowadays people believe social networking sites, like it has written over here Facebook, like Instagram, like any other social networking site, put a bad impact upon both the individuals and societies. So do you agree or disagree? You need to go to only one side. Don't you ever write both the sides in agree or disagree. For that I would explain you later that why should not we write two sides in agree or disagree. Now we all are very aware that yes, social networking site has a bad impact upon all of us. We all are aware. So also we have most of the ideas to explain if we go to the agree side rather than disagree. I have chosen the agree side because of this purpose only, because I have abundance of ideas upon it. Fine, that's why I have chosen agree. You would also do the same. Now what do we do first? We write introduction, then leave one line, this one, then BP1, then leave one line, then BP2, then leave one line, after that conclusion. Fine. So for this question, what do we need? Vocabulary. We need certain vocabulary words. For that I have written down here. Please note it down. The vocabulary which is to be used in this essay is transformed, means changed, transitory means temporary, self-esteem means self-confidence, worthwhile is valuable, loop means chain, dopamine is a chemical in our body which makes us feel good. Accomplishment means to achieve something, refrain, stop someone, narcissist, a person who admires himself a lot, who praises himself a lot. Glued means to stick. Anonymous, a person who is not identified by any name, means unknown person. Fragmented means breaks into sections, separate, and insular is narrow-minded. For scoring 8 bands or for scoring more than that, you need to write impressive vocabulary, and that must be related to the essay only. So note it down. Now I would start my introduction. Do not start writing till I tell. Firstly, understand that how I am going to explain my introduction. You need to understand it very clearly that the question should be very well understood to you. Now what I would do in the introduction, I would write this. I would write this statement, this topic here in the introduction, but in some other words. In some other word means paraphrasing. Look, the advent of social networking sites, mainly Facebook and Instagram. Look here, this is also the same. Now, in the early decades of 21st century have transformed the ways that people interact with their friends and community. What it means now? With the advent of social networking sites such as Facebook and Instagram in the early decades of 21st century have transformed. Yes, of course, this has transformed the way people, means we, interact with our friends and community? Yes or no? Yes, of course. We always remain busy with these two, and that is why we do not communicate with anyone. So, this is matching. Of course, this is matching. Fine. So, what is this now? This is my agree or disagree side. I have written I am in complete agreement that they have had a negative overall impact on both individuals and society. What you are going to do here, you are saying yes, I agree with this, that it put negative impact on individuals as well as society. Okay. Now, leave one line. BP1 means main thing which we are going to describe. Today, look here. The question is given to you for individuals and society. Here I would write negative impact by social networking sites on individual in BP1, and in the BP2 I would write negative impact on society by social networking sites. So look here, how have I described it? Social networking sites hurt individuals by replacing more active forms of enjoyment with transitory, unhealthy self-esteem boost. Stop. What I have done here? I have written that why I agree that it hurts individuals. It hurts individuals by taking place of actual enjoyment. What is that actual enjoyment? Actual enjoyment is playing with the friends in the park, in the garden, okay, that we do not do now. So social networking sites have taken place of that enjoyment, real enjoyment, with temporary, unhealthy and self-esteem boost. Now what is this? It means that these sites have taken place of actual enjoyment with temporary, bad, unhealthy and temporary self-confidence push. For example, if I say somebody likes our selfie, okay, so what is this? This is a praise. We people get very happy. Oh, she liked my picture. So this is a temporary thing, temporary self-confidence which arises out of these sites. Fine. Okay. Now look here, this is kind of a vocabulary that I have chosen. Why I have chosen? Because if I need to score more, I would have to choose these kind of vocabulary to show off. Yes, you need to show off. After that, this line is not explaining but developing the ideas. I am developing the ideas by talking about the past. By talking about the past, you can also do the same. First, write the main idea, this individual thing. After that, go to the past, talk about that what people used to do in the past. Look here, in the past people were more likely to take up an active hobby such as painting, playing a sport or learning musical instruments. Fine. So these were the things which people used to do earlier in the past for their amusement, for their enjoyment. Now over the time, those hobbies increase self-esteem, provide hours of enjoyment and can be seen as active and healthy to varying degrees. Now I have explained that what those hobbies used to do. Those hobbies used to increase our actual self-confidence. Those hobbies actually made us more active and healthy. Yes or no? So first it was idea, then I went to the past, then now I am explaining that from the past those hobbies made us really healthy. Now come to the present. Yes, come to the present and write, however, Facebook and Instagram replace not only the time spent on worthwhile hobbies, but also users get stuck in a feedback loop which gives them temporary burst of dopamine in place of longer lasting feeling of accomplishment. Don't get hesitated that how much you have written. No, I have explained it very well and in very elaborated manner. You need to do the same. You have to do the practice. Now what I did, coming back to the present, I said that Facebook and Instagram has taken place of real happiness and we are stuck in feedback loop. Feedback loop means if somebody praises us on the Instagram, we reply him or her back. So in this way we are wasting our time. We are wasting our time and we are feeling temporary happiness. Temporary happiness means temporary rising of dopamine. Dopamine means chemical in our body which react for happiness. Fine. This is the way of explaining BP1 for individuals. It is not difficult. When you read it by your own, you would come to understand. Now BP2 would be related to the society. Society, that how these sites have put negative impact on the society. Just as social media has undoubtedly hurt individuals, this is our previous point. Now I would write, it has also taken its toll on society, means it has also hurted society a lot. Now how? It is a common refrain to hear from older people. They complain about how generation today are narcissists glued to their phones. What it means, this is a complex sentence. This means that older people always says that the young people like all of us have become what? Selfish, self-centered and much away from our culture. This it means. Okay. What it means now? It means that we are moving away from the society. Indirectly we are hurting our society. There is an element of truth in this. Now this is the line which I have written extra. Extra means a variety of sentences. Variety of sentences. This is a simple kind of a sentence. So I have written variety of sentences for lexical resource. After that I have written that social networking sites coupled with smartphones allow people to withdraw and be anonymous in public places. Means when youngsters remain with their phones, then what happened? They remain busy in their own. They remain unknown to the people. You can see in the gardens, youngsters remain away with their phone only. They glued to their phone. In this way they are not mixing up with the society. They are just staying away. So over the time people will come to feel that they have less in common with their fellow men and society will become fragmented. Again this will lead to separation among the families, separation among the society, and people will become narrow-minded and complex. Society will face negative results. The simple thing I have explained in a complex sentences. Yes, there is no way out. There is no way out that you must have to write complex or compound sentences in order to score more. In conclusion, you would write the same topic in other words, and then give your opinion. In conclusion, the rise of social networking platforms means websites has hurt individuals and society. Yes or no? Same thing I have written. Now, in order to fight this, government and parents should at least better regulate their availability to children and young teens. This is my opinion, because in the question it was asked to me whether you agree or disagree. I agreed. Then I have given a suggestion that parents and governments must be available to children. This is all about practice. If you are a beginner and if you don't understand it at all, then please write a message to me. I would write a simpler essay for you, and then you would come to know. But for GT students, I repeat, especially for you all, you need to write complex sentences. And for academic students who want to score more than 6, they should also write such kind of sentences. In the regular classes, I would teach you, I would guide you how to write complex sentences. Fine. I hope you have come to understood that what is task 2 all about.